Hello guys, after understanding your what is abiotic factor, then some basics of temperature, its direct and indirect effect, then your classification of animals according to their maintenance of body temperature, today we will understand about your effect of temperature on insects with some subcategories, some subpoints. We will complete these things. So without wasting time, let's start. But if you have not subscribed my channel till now, then subscribe now. So first is your effect on metabolism. Okay, as all of you know, for every organism, not only insect, to survive they must undergo some metabolic process. Okay, some enzymatic activity must be involved so that they will survive, they will grow, they will develop. But what happens actually, for a organism some specific temperature is required to complete a metabolic process or to complete a enzymatic activity. If slight fluctuation will be there, then the process will be slightly affected. If a greater fluctuation will be there, the process will be largely affected. For example, if you increase slight temperature of the normal optimum temperature, then your metabolic activities will be somewhat accelerated. But if you go beyond that certain limit of temperature, then what will happen? It will affect the process adversely now. Okay, again, if you go below the temperature, below optimum temperature, then what will happen? Slowly the metabolic activities will be reduced. The speed will reduce and automatically the insect will die. So this is the effect of temperature on your metabolism of insect. Now coming to the second one, that is your effect on fecundity. Okay, so as all of you know, what is fecundity? Fecundity is nothing but the egg laying capacity. Yes or no? The capacity to lay the number of eggs. If fecundity will be higher, very quickly and a large number of eggs will be laid. But if fecundity is less, then automatically slowly they will lay their eggs, or the number of eggs laid will be reduced. So with an example, now we will understand what is the effect of temperature on fecundity. Okay, for example, you take aphid. So now we have taken aphid as the example, and now we will understand what is the effect of temperature on aphid's fecundity. Okay, suppose two cases are there. One is where temperature is higher, another one is your temperature is normal or lower. Two cases are there. Okay, in case of higher temperature, what happens? In case of aphids, they will undergo parthenogenesis. What is that? Parthenogenesis. Okay, parthenogenesis, which leads to only production of your males. That is one condition. Another condition is your oviparity. Okay, where both male and females will be produced, and this is the general case. Okay, this is the general case. Here what will happen? Both males and females will be produced. So from this you might have understood that this temperature variation is affecting your mode of reproduction, ultimately the fecundity. Okay, and the next one is your sex ratio is also affected. So now for your understanding, what is parthenogenesis? Your offsprings will come without your fertilization. Oviparity means the normal condition. They will mate. Okay, the eggs will be fertilized, then the eggs will be laid, from which the immature stages will come out. In normal or lower temperature, they will undergo the normal condition, that is your oviparity, where both male and female will be produced. But if temperature will be higher, which leads to parthenogenesis in aphids, which produces your only males. So this is the effect of temperature on fecundity, mode of reproduction, and that to your sex ratio. Three things we have completed in this effect of fecundity. If any doubt is there, then you can ask. Okay, now coming to the third point, and that is your effect of temperature on growth and development of insect. As all of you know, to carry out a specific process, some metabolic activity, or for the survival, growth and development, okay, insect requires some specific temperature. If very low temperature or very high temperature, okay, both these extremities have adverse effect on the growth and development of insect. Okay, in general you can tell in regions like your tropical and subtropical, where warm weather will be there, the growth and development are more rapid as compared to that of your cold weather regions. Okay, generally what happens in case of insects, they prefer a narrow limit of temperature. Some range is there, and that range is your 10 to 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, in this temperature zone, what will happen, their development will be optimum. They will undergo a normal developmental process, neither slowed down nor accelerated. That will be your normal case, and this zone is known as your zone of optimum or zone of normal development. It may come in the short question. This is important. Okay, it may come in the short question. So what is the preferred temperature or temperature preferred by the insect? That is your 10 to 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, so we have completed 3 points. Now coming to the fourth point, that is your development of body part. Okay, this temperature also affect your eye development, wings development, leg development, and some other appendages development. Okay, so they also regulate the body part development. Then this development of sex ratio, you already have understood that in higher temperature range what will happen, aphids will reproduce only male through your parthenogenesis, but in lower temperature they will undergo oviparity, leading to your production of both male and female. This is the normal case. Understood? So now coming to the another one, that is your effect on coloration. No need of telling these things. As you know, suppose one organism is there in Southern Africa and another one is in your Kashmir. So what will happen to that South Africa person or organism? Definitely they will become darker. Yes or no? But those which are present in your pole region, or you can tell in case of Kashmir in India, what will happen to that? They will become whiter. Yes or no? Because this is the effect of temperature and general body pigmentation, not only insects. Okay, so I hope you understood this one also. Then the last one is your effect on morphology. In this slide, the last point is your effect on morphology. Morphology in the sense what? Your effect on the weight. Morphology in the sense about the size of the animals and the relative proportion of their body parts. Size you can understand, no problem, but what is relative proportion? Relative proportion means your, suppose what is the proportion of head to thorax, what is the proportion of your head to abdomen? The proportion is somewhat constant. Okay, always maintaining a constant proportion. But if your temperature will fluctuate, this proportion will change, which ultimately leads to disruption of your normal growth and development. So this is the effect on morphology. Okay, these are very simple things. So if any doubt is there, you can ask me so that I will make another video. Otherwise we should not waste that much of time in these things. Okay, not that much of importance. Some examples are important, others are okay. So now coming to the next point, this is a bigger point, that is your distribution. How insects affect the distribution of insect. You see, in general what will happen in the cold regions, like your temperate regions, in those conditions what will happen, due to the very low temperature, the distribution is not that much visible or not that much significant. Okay, but in the temperature zone of tropical and subtropical conditions, due to the fluctuation of temperature, what will happen, the distribution and establishment of insect is successful. That is ideal for the insect establishment. Okay, just like your Indian condition. Then coming to the next one, that is your example of Mediterranean fruit fly, where the scientific name is your Ceratitis capitata, with your family is your Tephrididae, and the order is your Diptera. Okay, in these things what will happen, you should know some of the terms related to your Diptera. Those are the holometabolous insect. They have egg, larva, pupa, adult. Larva are known as what? Answer in the comment box. Larva are known as what in case of Diptera? They are called as your maggots. Okay, so these maggots have some temperature preference. Okay, they prefer somewhat more temperature, like more than 10 degrees centigrade. That's why what will happen, these maggots, this fruit fly cannot establish in the regions like England, North Europe, like those areas where temperature is your less than 10 degrees centigrade. Getting my point? This temperature, that is 10 degrees centigrade, is affecting, or you can tell affecting, the distribution of Mediterranean fruit fly. Simply they cannot survive under 10 degrees centigrade. The maggots cannot survive, and that's why the adults also won't come to the place. They cannot establish there. Okay, this is another example. So coming to the next example, just like that, in case of mosquito, okay, they prefer a temperature range of 70 to 80 degree Fahrenheit, but those are rare at your 112 to 113 degree Fahrenheit. They cannot survive in this high temperature. They prefer 70 to 80 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, then coming to the next one, that is your pink bollworm. The scientific name is your Pectinophora gossypiella, Lepidopteran moth. Okay, you coming to the first is season. Okay, in August and September. Okay, two conditions are there in August and September, when at Punjab the temperature will be 95.5 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, at Punjab the temperature is your 95.5 degree Fahrenheit, but in West Pakistan that will be your 99 degree Fahrenheit. But this Pectinophora has some preference towards 95 as compared to your 99. Okay, that's why what will happen, in the same season of August and September, this pink bollworm, common name, will be available in Punjab, but is not visible in your Pakistan, West Pakistan, due to this 4 degree Fahrenheit of temperature difference. You see here, the 4 degree Fahrenheit temperature is making the difference now. They have some making the sense, yes or no? This 4 degree Fahrenheit affecting your distribution of pink bollworm. The scientific name is your Pectinophora gossypiella. So I hope you understood what is the effect of temperature on distribution. If any doubt is there, then you can ask. Now coming to the last point but not the least, that is your what is the effect of temperature on insect Dispersal and movement. What is the effect? Do you know what is dispersal and what is movement? Nothing but the migration behavior. Yes or no? The insect will try to migrate from one place to another. From which place? From the unfavorable place to which place? To the favorable place. They will disperse, they will migrate, they will move. Yes or no? So now we'll take an example here. Okay, you see the whiteboard for your easy understanding. So now suppose this is a storage structure. Suppose in storage bins you are using. In this storage structure, what is happening? You have kept some grains, like your some rice grain you have kept. Okay, to this store grain of rice, one important store grain pest is there. That means these are the pest, harmful insect which attack the grains in their storage condition. Okay, what is that? Store grain pest. The common name is your rice weevil. Okay, and the scientific name is your Sitophilus oryzae. Sitophilus oryzae. Okay, got my point? This should be italics, but here the option is not there. Anyway, so here what will happen? This insect, rice weevil, will develop here where the grain is there. Okay, so if the rice weevil now growing in the sense what? They will feed, they will develop, they will mature, they will mate, and they will reproduce. That means they will increase the population in the same space. Okay, suppose this is a place of your 4 meter square, this one, and in this 4 meter square only now the population has increased due to the growth and multiplication. So now what will happen? Where the temperature will be more now? Slightly the temperature will more like this. This or no? Here that will be less, but now as the population is increasing, the temperature will increase of that particular area. Here the temperature will increase. Which temperature is now not favorable for those rice weevil pest? So what they will do? They will migrate or disperse or move from the unfavorable region towards your favorable region. Though food is not available here, still they will try to move from the unfavorable area to the favorable area. This is your what? Effect of temperature on the dispersal of that particular rice weevil. Though food is not there, still to survive under that high temperature region, they are migrating from the high temperature areas to the upper low temperature area. Got my point? So this is your one example of effect of temperature on your dispersal and movement. Now coming to the last example, in case of desert locust, okay, Schistosera gregaria. Okay, here what will happen? When the temperature will be 14 degrees centigrade to 16 degrees centigrade, low temperature, they won't go for this swarming or mass flight. Okay, when the temperature is in between 14 to 16 degree centigrade. But when the temperature increases above 16, that is 17 to 22 degrees centigrade, they will develop a tendency, or they will start the migration process. They will start the mass flight. Okay, that means 14 to 16 was optimum. As the temperature has increased now more than 16, they must migrate to a place where the temperature will be again less than 16 degrees centigrade. Understood? If any doubt is there, then you can ask. We will clarify all those things. So in the next video we will discuss about your specific topic, that is your temperature preferendum or preferred temperature. That is a very important point for which I will make a specific video. Thank you for watching.